So I tried to record this earlier, but I don't know where it went. So I'm just going to record it again and post it because I made a New Year's resolution to create 50 some videos of training content that I can help you make more money by doing. Let's check to see what it was. I'm trying hard to hold myself accountable to that, and I'm running out of time this year to do it, but let's see what it was. I'm going to hold myself accountable on YouTube. It was 50 YouTube videos and content available to help you do better in business and maybe connect in a way or connect with us if you've never heard of us before. So today's training topic that we did on our morning training call was part 2 of bad habits that you develop in business. Here's the thing. Bad habits are easy to create and hard to break. Good habits are hard to create and easy to break. What an awful combination, right? I mean, you can really work hard to get good at something, and then you eventually get good at it and it becomes a habit. And you have to continue to work really hard to maintain it. What the heck? But then a bad habit is just as easily created and just as easily maintained. It's almost not fair. But guess what? There are several bad habits easily identifiable in this business that if you pay attention to them, you can protect yourself from falling victim to them. So I'm going to walk through several of them together with you this morning. Do me a favor, like the video, comment below if there's a bad habit that you deal with or one I forgot, and subscribe to the channel. Trying to grow this, trying to help others, and the best way to do that is to get organic reach through likes, comments, and your subscriptions. So bad habits. First off, skipping on investing in your business. Typically, you invest in your business through leads. Obviously, leads cost money through most organizations, but either way you look at it, you gotta have new names every single week to go out there and talk to them and sell them. I know it's a very easy thing to do, to skip your lead order when you've had a bad week, when you've got other leads you haven't gotten to, when you're dealing with a mess of chargebacks or personal problems or other distractions and you're just trying to save money. But guess what? By skipping leads, what you're really doing is lowering your production next week. You might save $500, $600, $700, $800 by skipping, but what really will happen is your production will be so low, it'll cost you more money than if you had just purchased the leads and went out there and continued to work. I'm recording this video on a Friday. Friday is really the best day to set up your lead plan for next week. So make today the day you break this habit if skipping leads is a habit you've put yourself in. Next, not servicing your book of business, both active and lapsed clients. What if I don't have a book of business? Well, work your damn butt off the next 2 years, build up a huge book of business, and it will always take care of you for the next couple years. Every year going after, really. Work hard, build a book of business, earn this privilege, because this privilege is well worth it. But if you have a book of business, bad habit number 2 is not servicing it. Not going back every year to see these people, not cross-selling, upselling, getting referrals, and building and furthering that relationship. The more products you place in the home ethically, the better your overall persistency will become. So don't get in the habit of just cut and run, go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. Go back and see people, especially when you've got no-shows, openings in your day. You need a boost of confidence. These people will be there to give you that boost in confidence. Bad habit number 3, making gray area decisions. What is a gray area decision? Well, it's one you know it's probably not the right thing to do. Well, it's putting something through when you know they didn't really qualify for it, but you're just trying to get the business issued. It's writing something using a face-to-face process when you're selling it over the phone, but you're just taking the shortcut. The more you make these gray area decisions, the more it becomes easy to do, and the more you continue to do it incorrectly. And guess what happens? Eventually, something happens to catch up with you, and it's a very costly mistake at that point in time. Don't make them. Make them very rarely when you know it's the right thing to do, but don't do it on a regular basis. Bad habit next, number 4, making or closing business poorly. Making weak closes, that's the right way to put it. 30-day closes. You need to think about it. They need to think about it. Let's all think about it for 30 days and then you can cancel it. You know what I'm talking about. Weak closes lead to poor persistency, poor placement, a ton of chargebacks, carrier cancellations, and then you're back working at your job. There are plenty of people that want what you have. Focus on selling them and not forcing people into something that they're just not going to keep. Now, you don't always know who's going to keep what. You don't want to walk away from opportunity, but you don't want to force people into something that they just aren't going to keep. And here's the truth of it. If you did a good job, if you built trust, likability, solved a problem, they're going to buy it. And if they didn't, go to the next person. Next bad habit is poor time management and a lack of planning. Over the weekend, you need to be taking 45 to 90 minutes and planning for the week ahead. Getting your leads in order, going over your deposits, going over your lapses, going over your supplies in your home office, making sure your car is clean, your schedule is lined up, your appointments are set. You get the drift. You have to plan for the week ahead. And I'm not saying take all weekend to do so. I'm saying take 45 to 90 minutes to plan your weekend and you will be more productive in the week ahead. Here's another quick way to say it. The more structured your business is, the more stable your business will become. The more you plan, the more you'll produce. So don't get in the habit of running like a chicken with their head cut off from one thing to the next without knowing what you're doing. Let's find the next one. I have 5 more of these in a very unprepared manner, but I want to put them all in one video for your viewing pleasure. There it is. The next set of 5 bad habits for your viewing pleasure. Next, quitting early. What are you doing? There's a sale to be made before lunch, middle of the day, and after 5. But if you're not out there looking for it, you're not going to find it. Maybe you don't have anywhere to go. You've door knocked a bunch of leads. You've got a no-show, an hour left. You just say to yourself, I'm just going to go home. What's the freaking point at this point? Well, as soon as you start going home early once, you'll do it again, and you'll do it again, and you'll do it for a week. And before you know it, that will be your habit of quitting early every single day. That's a bad habit to be in because guess what happens? Make less money out of the business. Next, with starting or quitting early, there's starting late. I talked to an agent once, many years ago, pardon that one, that didn't get into the field until 11, 12, 1:30. And by the time he was knocking on his first door, I had already written multiple applications. Boy, that's bad, and we won't edit that out because I don't know how to. He wouldn't have been in the field until I had already written my morning app, my midday application, and I was pushing to find one more. He was never giving himself enough opportunity to ever be successful. He's out of the business. Next agent called me from one of his early days in the field by 3 or 4 o'clock and said, I didn't find anybody today. Today just wasn't my day. First thing I asked him, well, when did you start the day? Well, I got in the field around 11:30. Okay, well, it's like 3:30 your time. You didn't work today. How can you say you didn't find anybody? You didn't work today. Guess what? He's not working in the insurance business anymore. You can't quit early. You can't start late. You got to give yourself a full opportunity to see 3 to 4 people a day. Next on the list, settling for excuses in the presentation. What's that? That means you're starting to believe things like they can't afford it, they want it next year, they have to talk to somebody else about it, they thought it was free. They're selling you their horse crap and you're buying it. Stop. You cannot allow yourself to believe the excuses. And as soon as you do, you'll continue to believe them, create the bad habit that everybody can't afford it, nobody wants it, etc., and you'll be out of the business. Another one for you. 10 minutes into the video, again, like the video, comment below, and subscribe. Hopefully this information is giving you actionable, valuable content that will help you make more money. Next on the list is settling for something that's less than your full capacity. I said to my son yesterday, I'm looking at one piece of homework that was written really, really good and one that looked like hot garbage. And I said that to him. I said, look, this is great and this is garbage. If you can do this, why aren't you doing this more often? Same thing for an agent. If you know that you've written 5K before, 7,500, 10,000, 15,000, guess what? It's kind of a curse. Because if you've done it once, you can do it again. And if you've done it once, why aren't you doing it more often? Stop settling for something that you know is way below your capacity. Writing 1,500 a week, 2,000 a week, nothing, or not finding and utilizing and capturing cross-sale opportunities. Anybody that's out there writing 10, 15, 20 Medicare plans a week has to be cross-selling 2,000 to 3,000 of cash flow products. And if you're not, you're settling for less than you've got the capacity and the opportunity to write. So don't set the bar so low. The longer you continue to lower your bar, the lower your production will get, and the sooner you'll find yourself out of the business. Don't settle for less than you are. Hold yourself to a higher standard. Don't fall victim to these bad habits, and guess what? You'll continue to foster, maintain, and create good habits and be successful in the business. Thanks for watching.